Hey everybody, it's your girl J9 Eve, and we are going to have us talk today about accountability. Accountability, something that's very, very important to me personally. It's almost everything. Don't do double standards. Don't have any appreciation for it. You know, what you put out is what you deserve to get back in. That is like philosophy. I think that should be everyone's philosophy, right? But it ain't. It ain't. Should be, but it ain't. So we're going to cover three different topics that fall under this: the accountability of women that is lacking, and that has probably could easily be, explained as to why this whole red pill thing even is, and why men are so aggressive with the, holding women accountable. Like why they're so mad about it. Because accountability should be simple, right? But they seem to be very, very upset about it. And I think this is probably the why. These are the whys, because the things that they have not been being held accountable about have actually had physical repercussions for the men, for the males. They've gone to prison behind some of these things. So they've had fines, had to pay for most of their life, money. That could have been used towards creating a future for themselves or making plans for themselves. Just them not being held accountable. So the first one we're going to start with, it's pretty heavy. It's domestic violence. I know that's not fun. It's not a fun topic, but check it out. The weird thing about this is that, okay, yes, it's very, very simple. Men are stronger. It just is. Ladies, this is not an insult. It just fucking is. It just choose your battles. You can't, I know you want to be equal, but just want to be equal across the board, or let it, or leave it alone. But don't preach it unless it can be across the board, because you're picking and choosing what you want to be equal about. And so what the domestic violence thing is that men are being, like, women have known that men can't hit women, that men will go to jail. Women know that. Because women know that, they will poke and prick and push and shove and slap and do all of these things to guys. Because you know why? They don't feel like, they know if you hit me back, you going to jail. I'm all aggressive. I'm all like this. And then rah, rah, rah. And then as soon as I get a little shove on the shoulder, I falls to the ground. Ah. Which one is it? Which one is it? You can't be both in a 10-second span. You can't do that. And now, after being pushed and probed, now I know what you're going to say. Well, if he's being pushed around, he should just leave. If you're going to push somebody, you should just leave. It's always going to be the thing of somebody say, why are you doing this? And then you get to just say, well, if you don't like it, you can just leave. Okay, I got that. I heard that you just said that. Now, can we go back to addressing the thing about you not doing the thing? How do we address that? Like, because one does not excuse the other. So you still have to, I will explain my part and you explain your part. And that is how that is supposed to work. And if you are going to be that aggressive, you cannot then turn into this sobbing, pathetic, whimpering thing after you were just daring someone to do something to you, pushing them, and they will even block men. Let's be specific. Okay, fine, they can leave. She's pushing. He should just leave. He should never put his hands on a woman. Got it. Heard it. Also seen, and all of you have too, where she will poke, she will pry, and he will say, I'm leaving. He will get up and he will try to walk past. She will block her hand, block him in. No, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. If he even puts his hand on her waist and moves her to the side, she can still call the police and say that he assaulted her. Or even worse, just threaten him. Tell him that that she's going to call the police. And his whole future's just waved in front of his fucking face. Ladies want equality. You touch his shoulder with your finger, you go to jail. That's what equality looks like. You want it? Do you want it? You still want it? No? Oh, you don't want that part. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Okay. False accusations, which that kind of fell underneath of that. But we're going to go into it's just a specific type of false allegation that I'm talking about. And it's the R word. It's 4 letters. And just to be real specific, white ladies used to use it a lot about black men. You know where I'm going with this. So, what it is, if you accuse a man of this thing here, and then it comes out, he goes to jail. I don't care if it's 2 days he was in there, if it's 4 years. Whatever happened to his body, that's him in jail. Whatever happened to his reputation, that's what everyone in the world thinks about him now. It's on that public record forever. All of that shit, when it comes out that your ass was lying, that's all you, baby. That's all. That's for you. You should now equality. We want equality, equal rights. So this equal rights should also include you now having to go and serve as much fucking time as he did. He's not getting that time back. He's not getting that back. Everyone who shunned him in this time because they thought that about him, all those things in his life that he actually missed, little things, big things, what the fuck ever. Shit that he could have took at his mama's house but had to take in jail instead. See what I'm saying? You need to go and have that same amount, if not more, because yours was an actual fucking crime. So actually more time than he had. Want equality. You want it, right? Okay. These things all apply. Okay. The fact that you get to ruin somebody's life, because your life gonna be ruined. You do that to my baby, to my son? Oh, absolutely. Oh, it's gonna be something else. Okay. Yeah. You gonna wish that they would lock your ass up. That's what you're gonna wish for. You're gonna be like, please come and take me the fuck away, so that I can survive this. Okay. So that's what equality should look like. There's no consequence. Where are the fucking consequences for all these things? Women want equality. You don't have equality. You're actually held higher and more valuable, clearly, because the consequences don't look nearly the fucking same. You get away with shit that they absolutely don't. What do you mean exactly when you say you want equality? What is it? You want to know why men get paid more? Because men, systemically, they're supposed to be the head of the household. They're the ones who are also expected to pay the mortgages, to pay the rent in the house. Women always, they expect that. I know there's those anomalies that do okay, I want, but if it's written in a book, how is it written? That women do it or men do it? This is an old thing. Men get paid more because they usually have to hold up more of everything. If they're not with the baby mama, they have to pay for that and pay to keep themselves up as well. Like, If a woman has kids, she has her own thing, whatever she makes, and then she has the support of the father. Like the reason why it's that is there's reasons. It's not just because you're a girl and your hair is longer and your bones are, and your muscles less and you're shorter. It's not that. That ain't it. There's actual reasons why. You don't have to take everything personal. Jesus Christ. Okay, moving on. We've done enough with that. Moving on. So, oh, here's number 3, child support. Now, this is almost kind of piggybacking off the video that I did yesterday about the DNA test being mandatory, which I absolutely agree with, but you have to check that out to see the why. But if you have had, like, if you've been being supported by a man, if you've been paying child support to a man, married or not, like y'all get separated, y'all get divorced and all that, because I can tell you, like, I was married to my ex-husband. We got divorced, and when I left with the kids, he was on child support. We didn't take a DNA test. So if anyone wants to say, well, if you're married and you would have a DNA test, no, clearly not. I didn't even think of it literally until I'm saying just now. There was no blood test or anything done. And I think that was because we were married. I guess that was one of those places, I guess, where it don't matter or whatnot. But so with that being said, if you've been paying child support for a child and you have not done a DNA test, and down the line you find out that that was not your kid, mommy should be obligated to pay that money back. If the dad or the dad wishes for it back. Some men might be like, oh, what's done now? I love the little niggas, but and may not want it. But if he does, absolutely he should. He can't get his time back. He can't get that back. The least he can do is try to re-up, maybe revamp, get some of the things that he missed out on during this time fucking with you. Lying. Lying. Absolutely. Oh my God. That stuff drives me absolutely batshit crazy. The accountability thing is like, it's something so weird. And I am a girl. I am a woman. I know, like, it's shitty for everybody. The thing is that, there's stigmas and stuff that people have been piggybacking off of these things forever. Like men cheat, women cheat too. Clearly, there's a bunch of dudes out here raising other people's kids. So clearly, there's that too. But the stigma is attached to men. So women just kind of coasting on this thing. And it never changes. You know why? Because no one's calling it out. No one is making it a center point, a front point. If women knew that the accountability part of that one with the child support thing is, if a woman knows that if it comes out 18 years later that kid isn't his and he finds out, that he's able to sue her for that money and win because it's a law, right? That would make her rethink just letting him just think that all this time, because there's a consequence that could possibly come back to her. So she's gonna rethink it. She may still do it because some people are just rebellious, but she'll at least have that thing to know that there is something that can be done, that he's not just gonna be a victim of this. He's not just this dumbass man who don't know no better. Oh fucking well, if he don't know this, on him. Ugh. That kind of stuff get on my nerves. Just gets on my nerves. My big thing is, if you know anything about me, okay, I am extremely empathic, which means I can see yours. I can see your side. I can see their side. I can see the perspective of what's actually fucking happening. And even more so, because I'm not in the circle with everyone else. I'm not in the in the dating circle. I'm on the outside of this box just watching people move. And so I can see hers, I can see his, I can see all of this. And the accountability lacking is on the lady's side. Absolutely it is, because men are being held accountable for everything and always kind of have been. It's the responsibility is more so on men. Always has been, and they're rebelling a little bit. And women want to be, all, stand the ground no matter fucking what. Don't care if it makes sense. They're not even like picking and choosing what things, okay, guys are saying that's making sense. They're just like, just throw it all out. And the less men are being acknowledged, the more of this weird, they're giving excuses to these weird men whom haven't even really been in the dating cycle, never were. They were never picked. They were never going to be picked. And so they're piggybacking on this thing of women ain't shit, but hoes and tricks. They only that sense up that, if you're old enough. That was some old school stuff, but whatever. So, oh, yeah, men are mad, and there is a reason, okay? But, there's also those niggas that don't even, not that they don't matter, but they don't have they don't actually have a stake in this here debate, because they weren't even in it anyway. They're just kind of mad because they, weren't doing very well. And instead of fixing themselves up like most people do, I'm not doing so well. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go, let me change my outfit. Maybe, let me, get my gains up. I'm real skinny. Be like my homeboy, some muscles. And start working on themselves. These guys, they just still sit where they are and go, all they want is those. Like, which is fine. You're going to still be sitting there same way you would have been if the red pill never showed up. If the red pill never showed up, you'd have still been sitting there. And so you're sitting there now. Only now you get to pretend like it's somebody else's fault. Because women ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Yeah, whatever. That's what make you feel better, sir. So, yeah, that'll about do it. I had a little something in there about chasing Pookie and Ray Ray. But ain't nobody choosing to chase Pookie and Ray Ray. Nobody chases Pookie and Ray Ray. Pookie and Ray Ray are always right there. Like, they're like always available. That's you don't chase a Pookie and a Ray Ray. No one has ever had to chase a Pookie or a Ray Ray. Like, just to put that clear. Okay. For those who ask, nobody chases Pookie and Ray Ray. But yeah, so that's it. So accountability. Women, hold yourselves. If women were okay with holding themselves accountable, we wouldn't be in this state right now. And they wouldn't have to be so defensive. And literally all that's happening right now is that women are being defensive. They're defending themselves even to the point once they figure out that they were wrong, it's still the mission is but I have to defend myself. And once you know you're wrong, you're not supposed to defend yourself. You're supposed to apologize. You're supposed to get right with what you now know. Move forward with what you now understand. You're not supposed to double down. You're saving your pride at what expense? You're still going to look crazy. Everyone else will know that you realize that you were wrong. They know that you're wrong. They know that you know that you're wrong. And so you're not saving anything by doing that. You're not like saving your pride and your dignity. You're not, you're just not. That's not what's happening. So that'll be that. So like and subscribe, please. Or not if you don't like it. If you're a hater, that's okay. And I will catch you on the next one. Bow, bow.